Here we are in the second week of Lent, and we continue our journey with the people of God. We're looking at chapters 13 to 20 this week, and the story begins with a couple days reflection on the actual Exodus, leaving Egypt initially, crossing the Red Sea. It ends at Mount Sinai, the people encountering the Lord, Moses going up on the mountain and receiving the 10 Commandments. I wanted to focus on the response of the people to the challenges that they face. As we pick up in chapter 13, we see the people leaving Egypt and God leading them away toward the Red Sea, prepared for battle, it says. And in 14 later, it says that the people of Israel left defiantly. They were boldly equipped for war. But not too long after, Pharaoh's heart is hardened and he pursues them, and they're daunted and afraid. They see all of the chariots coming after them, and they say to Moses, "Is it because there are no graves in Egypt that you have taken us away to die in the wilderness? What have you done to us in bringing us out of Egypt? Is not this what we said to you in Egypt? Let us alone, and let us serve the Egyptians. For it would have been better for us to serve the Egyptians than to die in the wilderness." Moses reassures them, says the Lord will work, and he does. When it seems like there's no way forward, he opens a way in the sea, and they cross on dry land. Shortly after celebrating this great victory, they find themselves on their wanderings, and they're hungry. And in chapter 16, it says, "The whole congregation of the people of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness, and said to them, 'Would that we had died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the flesh pots and ate bread to the full. For you have brought us out into this wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger.'" We see in each of these incidents, actually, the Lord providing fully, unexpectedly, in a way that the people had no vision for. They're given manna from heaven to feed them. The way is open through the Red Sea to cross on dry land. When I see the reaction of the people, I've got two reactions. On the one hand, I look with it a lot of sympathy on their situation. Here we have a bunch of people who, until a couple weeks ago, even though they're arrayed for battle, were slaves, and they're pursued by an equipped and a trained army, and it seems like they're trapped. They're fearful. In the desert, they're hungry. Being hungry makes me cranky. I understand why they want to be able to eat. But on the other hand, there's incredulity, for the same people who were seemingly stuck at the Red Sea had just observed the Lord work wonders in the land of Egypt on their behalf, and he had saved them in the Passover. In me, these reactions of understanding humanly what they're going through, but also being incredulous that they have forgotten so quickly, are antagonistic. They go against each other. I think they both capture some of the Lord's perception, and in him he puts them perfectly together. For the Lord knows their need. He's acquainted with our weakness. He knows perfectly what we're in need of, better than we know ourselves. It's also the case that he completely is master of the situation. He's sovereign. He knows the end of the story. And my incredulity comes from the fact that I know that the Lord will provide. It's easier to be exasperated with the people than it perhaps is to be exasperated with myself when I struggle with trust in the Lord. One of the things the Lord is doing with the people is teaching them their deeper need. For he provides what they need immediately, a way out, food and water, but he provides even more so. Christ in John 6 says that all of your ancestors received bread from heaven, and I am the bread of life. The Lord is showing the people not only their immediate need, but their deeper need for himself, for the sustenance that he provides, for the relief and the shelter and the life that he gives to them. In this season, may we come to both trust the Lord for our immediate needs and allow him to show us the deeper need we have, not just for bread, but for the bread of life, not just for water, but for Christ himself, who gives us the water that we need.